Hey guys, it's your homeboy, the one only Great Dane. Wait, don't be scared. It's still the Great Dane. Just in his Howard the Alien costume, personally designed by me. I know, not much. But if I do this, you can almost tell what it is. Anyway, yeah, only one person was able to actually guess what it is because it was for the school Halloween competition or whatever. I think I have a decent chance at getting one of the categories anyway. So, without further ado, you guys came here for a creepy pasta. So I suited up, and we're going to be telling the story of the Projector Room. So, let's set the scene and get right into it. So, it started about a year ago. Funny, it was around Halloween at that time, too. So, I take Spanish. So, obviously, when I was going to school, I had to go to a Spanish class. And in that class, we had a teacher. She was about yay high, yay wide, but that wasn't really important. What was important is that she always showed up to class about a minute or two late. But one day in particular, around October, she was very late. And there's this sign on the door, and there's only another friend of mine there, and it said something about fixing a remote to a projector. So I thought to myself, well, perhaps Senora's in the projector room. It would only make sense. And the remote was being fixed in this projector room. Now, you see, they handed out maps to all of the freshmen, because I was a freshman last year. So I analyzed the map, and this was afterwards, of course, because after I told my friend that she was probably in the projector room, he just laughed at me because that sounded so silly, because as far as he was aware, there was no projector room, except for maybe the auditorium. So I was gonna go to the auditorium to see if she was there, but then I remembered this doesn't really make sense. And when I returned, everything in class was fine, and class carried on, and I wasn't late or anything, I guess. So it just carried on as normal class. But the idea stuck with me. Why was she always showing up so late? So every time I had extra time in access or advisory or any other time around lunch, because I didn't usually eat lunch, I would wander around the halls aimlessly. And usually, if you had a pass or something, you could just wander around or just say whatever. I mean, there were hall monitors, but they didn't really mind me much. So afterwards of that occurrence, I looked at my freshman map of the school. And I did notice that there was one room in particular that seemed to be like cut off from all the rest without a door on it. So I walked down, made a right from the classroom, and I kept walking. It was by the gym. So I think, unfortunately, that this room just happened to be the weightlifting room. And it wasn't labeled, so, you know, yeah, I guess I probably could have figured it out considering I was doing weightlifting. I felt pretty stupid at that point. But I continued to go around the halls every now and then trying to find this projector room, whatever it was, because surely Senora was doing something. So I thought to myself, well, if I went forward and right, but but Senora was always coming from the back, surely the projector room had to be somewhere at the front of the school because I was going towards the back of the school. So I decided to start looking around the front of the school. So I started with the upstairs. So I believe this was the health room. So in health class, they usually have one of these fake like bodies to represent things. So no one was in the class at the time, and I thought it would be funny to walk into the classroom and mess with it. So I did, and I put a little mustache on it. So I put a little mustache on it. And as I was leaving the classroom, I swear it didn't make sense because the body was pointed in the direction of the windows, But as I went to look at it one more time before I left the room, the head was pointed towards me. I could see that mustache, and it felt like the glaring eyes and the eyes of the eye holes that were supposed to be there were staring at me. I quickly left the room. So, fate would have it one day, I was going to lunch, which I usually didn't, but I was going to lunch this day because there are people who like to talk to me every now and then. I had a specific friend, the one who actually made the fan art in my, I believe it was my 50 subscribers special. Hashtag not ad, but you can watch it if you want. So I was going to lunch to sit with him, but there's this door that was left cracked open, and I wondered how had nobody else seen this. So I took a right, and I was about to enter the room, but what I saw shook me to my core. There was this old-timey projector in the middle of the room, and it was projecting something onto the wall. And I was about to go in and see what the heck was going on in there. But before I could, I heard a deep voice behind me. And as I slowly turned around, I swear I could feel my heart stop for a moment just from the sheer surprise of the situation. I turned around to see this large, bald man in a school custodial outfit that I've never seen before. And he asked, "Is everything all right?" And I kind of sat there, speechless for a second. And then I said, "Yeah." And he asked, "Is anybody in there?" And I said no, and that the door was just left open. And he said, "Well, we don't want anyone wandering in here. We wouldn't want to have any accidents, would we?" And then he proceeded to turn off the projector and close the doors. So that moment left me very weary of even going close to the doors for fear of what accidents this guy might be referring to. For all I know, there might be some weird missing children's cases around the school that just went away. Or maybe there really was something dangerous in there, like some kind of saw, or just other pieces of equipment that could really hurt someone. But I'll never know because I never went into the room ever again. So the moral of the story is that you should never ask a question you don't really want the answer to. And if you guys enjoyed this story, please feel free to leave a like on the video. I swear this actually happened. Of course, nobody believes me. And yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the story. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you look forward to more videos like this or gaming content. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a happy, happy Halloween.